Alrighty. So, before I may let these lovely people be heard, I just want to let everyone know that we probably won't be paying too much attention to chat tonight, if at all. This is a D&D stream after all, and while not all of us could be here, we do hope that you guys enjoy the wonderful stream that we have prepared for you tonight. Uh, totally professional, and I do this all the time and didn't forget to change the stream title. I don't know what you're talking about. One second. You guys still can't be heard because I am a doofus. And now we can hear you. Or we should be able to.
Wow.
Now, now, there we go. Dungeons and Dragons, the Master Chief Collection. Oh, no.
I mean, it is the complete collection.
Oh, no. But yeah, I want you guys to each kind of introduce yourselves, going from left to right. So, Miss Huffy, let's start with you.
I'm on the right.
Oh, right to left then.
You bitch!
I just like hearing you talk, alright?
Don't. I am Miss Huffy. I am playing Eleanor, the human.
Cool.
That's it.
Anything else you want to say about your character? No?
No,
Okay.
I never do.
Alright. Char, tell us about your character.
Hello, I am the great Charlini. I'm a monk. I'm not at all crazy. I'm perfectly sane, and I'm just here to record the events of these wonderful adventures. Don't have a screw loose or anything in my little head driving me to insanity at all.
Nope.
So I'm perfectly normal record keeper.
Our mad chronicler.
Yeah, not mad. Perfectly sane.
Charlini, the blessing that is you to this party. Okay, Axie, Leaf, tell us about whichever one wants to go first. Tell us about your characters.
No, you.
Okay. Taryn Ginchi, I am a hobbit, and I am a cooking druid.
Fantastic.
Having a lovely time making delicious meals.
Fantastic. And Axie, tell us about your character.
Okay, I am a Ferlin Fiddlesmith. Just trying to figure out how to be a bit of a bard, and figuring out that I'm maybe actually a paladin in disguise, and just trying to figure out life and things. Making lots of songs,
Fantastic. Yeah, no, absolutely. Songs, Middle-earth is full of songs. It's wonderful. Cooking Druid, the Master Chef Collection, yeah. Okay.
You think you're a real fan of Middle-earth? Name 5 of their songs.
Oh, don't tempt me. Alright? Don't tempt me, because I will. Loke, tell us about your character.
Okay, I'm Loke. I'm playing Hengist Tuk, the, short arm of the law.
I love that. I love that a lot. And the one player that is not here, Mauve, who normally plays Heronlin, and each of your characters would know, just kind of a little bit of Deus Ex Machina here. Heronlin chose, instead of going with you guys to your next destination during the 2 or 3 days that you rested in this area, you just heard, the last things you heard were McQueen as Heronlin followed Galadriel into Lothlorien. They will return at a later date.
That makes sense.
You folks, on the other hand, are headed toward the Riddermark, the Gap of Rohan between the Misty Mountains. Having just escaped the mines of Moria, you are led down the river of Eredruin to the Gap of Rohan, where you are led to a town called Goldmere. Goldmere is a small walled town. It's looks to be in absolutely poor shape. There are some riders defending kind of the like sitting outside of the gates, but instead of the like regal horsemen that you're used to seeing, these are like town guards with really like rusted chainmail on the backs of donkeys. Like they are. This is not the greatest of towns. However, as you enter the town, the rider that had been kind of escorting you here by the name of, let me find his name. I had it written down.
It's like Keith and Steve, the wet beard of the law.
By the way, will we be rolling in Discord or in Roll20?
You can roll in either because I don't have the dice set up, unfortunately. I tried really hard but got really frustrated.
My question is mostly, will you be in the Roll20 to actually see us rolling dice in there? Because I see 4 people in there and none of them are you.
No, I will not. So Discord would be easier for me, personally.
That'd be the right answer, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Nope, that's not what I wanted. The man who escorts you is it goes by the name of actually, you are being escorted because I did write this down. I was just trying to find my notes. You are being escorted by Theoden, King of Rohan. To the I had forgotten whether or not it was just a random member of the Riddermark or if you were actually being escorted by the king. But you are escorted to Goldmare by the King of Rohan, and he kind of gestures to the city and says, all of you have done a great service for Middle-earth. As such, the White Council has given me permission, as King of Rohan, to reward you with this. This city in which many, many heroes have been raised. And it doesn't look like, you guys can see it, it doesn't look like heroes were raised here, but the king said they were, so they might have been.
So we just get a city?
Yeah,
Is this Rohan?
You are in Rohan, and you are being given a small city within the Riddermark, the Gap of Rohan, which is the border between Arnor, which is the kingdom of men to the west, and Gondor, which is the kingdom of men to the east. So you are smack dab in the middle of the map, essentially.
I thought the Arnor was between Gondor and Rohan.
No, Rohan is between Gondor and Arnor. Arnor is basically the kingdom of Arnor is about the same size as the kingdom of Gondor. The thing that separates them is the Misty Mountains. That like big mountain ridge. And then Rohan is known as the Gap of Rohan because it is a break in those mountains.
Gotcha.
So you guys are within Rohan proper, essentially, while this is going on. And the king has given you basically the city, and he does present you with a large like set of brass keys, and he goes, "This will unlock the longhouse at the top of the hill," and he points to a small hill where a large, almost to you guys it would look much like a mansion.
Ooh.
And that is your new home, according to the king. You may take these keys and enjoy your new home. What I will explain to you as king of the Rohirrim is that what we will need to do is create an army. Cities need defending, after all. And any allies you make along the way, you can send back here, and they will reside within your kingdom, your small city, and defend it, should you have need of them. And he will nod to his riders, which there is a wall of men on horses. And he goes, I am taking with my riders and going west, or going east to Gondor. My people and I are needed. Should you be in need of me, let me know.
I would towards raise my hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear Horse Lord, I have no experience whatsoever in raising armies or managing cities.
You have experience in managing constableship, have you not?
I'm a road warden. I am quite some good wilderness experience and patrolling experience. Maybe some
Then
investigation, but logistics isn't really my thing.
then maybe that should be your job, is the patrolling and defense of the city, while your companions deal with the logistics.
Yes. Charlene, aren't you very experienced with logistics, right?
Can you say again?
I said, Charlene, you're very experienced
Oh,
with logistics, right?
Charlene.
Oh, I didn't hear Charlene. It broke up a little bit for me. Why, yes! I am very good at the moving of numbers in directions that may or may not be favorable in one or more parties.
It's
I am.
Charlene shall be our accountant.
Yep. I
Yes!
second that. Charlene's accountant.
You see,
Oh, yes, give me all the money. I shall do great things with the money.
you see King Durin II, who has ridden with you to your city, just kind of still side-eyeing Charlene.
My misgivings have been cleared out, Horse Lord. Everything is under control. I'm giving
I
it a
think we
thumbs
have
up.
it. Can I also raise my hand and ask how should we message you if we need help immediately of some sort? Is there a flare system of it?
There's a large beacon at the top of the stairs, and he points to, once again, to your mansion, and at the top there is a triangular shaped basically stack of wood, and he goes, light that, and we will be able to see it from Edoras, the capital,
Okay.
and we will send help.
Fantastic.
What? Gondor calls for aid.
Yeah.
Or city calls for aid.
Does the city have a name? Sorry, I missed it.
The city's name is Goldmere. However, you
Goldmere,
are
thank you.
more than welcome to rename it. It is your city.
Charlene.
No,
I suggest we name it after Alan.
Alan. The city of Alan.
Allendale.
Dale, that's Alan
Alan.
O'Dale is actually really cute because that's the Robin Hood character, right?
Yes, it is.
Alan O'Dale.
That's the bard from Robin Hood.
Bard,
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that was the
Nice.
rooster in the Disney version.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
What do you say, Alan O'Dale?
Allendale. I'm
I'm down
perfectly
with
content
Allendale.
I'm up
I'm
for it.
perfectly fine with that.
Allendale it is.
Huzzah.
Wonderful. We, you see the horse lord just kind of nod to someone. You see someone scrawling it down on a piece of parchment. We'll have that changed on the maps immediately, and then have those maps.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
And then
Better
have
frickin'
those
change
maps.
all the
Yeah.
names.
And then have those maps distributed over the entire world.
Yep.
Wonderful.
I expect it to be swift.
You hear that,
Just
Alan?
kidding.
You're
Just
finally on the map.
You're
Oh.
you hear your horse just whinny and huff happily. He's just like, hell yeah.
Love this horse so much.
Yeah.
He is. Imagine Maximus from Tangled. That's
Hell
that's
yeah.
Alan.
Yes.
Of course I do.
Somehow the horse has become the mayor of the town.
The horse is just finally. People are
To be honest.
recognizing my greatness.
So honest, I think
Said.
the horse might be the most competent one.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's
True.
that said, I do believe I might be able to help with the recruitment efforts at the very least, because I think I might have quite a lot of fans in Rohan.
You do. As a matter of fact, there are quite a few of your old jousting friends and fans amongst the Rohirrim, the riders of Rohan.
Wonderful. And I do believe I've encouraged them at the very least on the way over here with Tails. I feel like I remember that.
Let me double check our notes.
If not, we can always use ye old printing press like device and perhaps print out flyers. For
that
ye
would
old
be-
army.
Printy press.
That would be a really old guy that lives in the court records house. That
Yeah, named printing
that
press.
just named printing,
Mhm.
named Prince McPress. Yeah.
Prince
Exactly.
McPress.
And it might take him a few years to get these flyers out, but it's something.
We'll get
Oh,
an
no,
army
he is very, very efficient. So
Yeah,
It's
we
super speedy, perfect.
Yeah, we also have a very experienced messenger that is delivering them. He's also from Rohan. He's called Telefax.
yes, absolutely.
Horse makes
Mhm.
some strange sounds as it runs.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh Lord, I'm trying to find our notes and I can't seem to find it.
It might have been in general. I do remember I had something to do. I did a performance check for when we were camping.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been at the tail end of last session, maybe.
Yeah.
Trying to see
No,
if I can find.
yeah, if you could look that up for me, please, because we did do some
I'm going to chat.
in private stuff.
Uh,
The way I said that was like not. Yeah. Anyway, my brain. But yeah, so you do see a few of the riders don't leave the city when Theodrin does. And he seems to ride off with about 100, but about 10 or so stay behind. And are just kind of sitting there awkwardly on these like really well bred war horses.
I pinged the area where we were talking about it, by the way.
Thank you. You are wonderful. Okay, so you are able to get a few of your followers to come with you.
Wonderful.
16 of them, in fact. There's 16 in total.
Ah,
So you have 16 well-trained horse lords, who are able to defend your city, and then you have you see, kind of coming up the trail, a familiar face, an older-looking, portly gentleman in battered Gondorian armor.
this is the foster, yeah?
This is your foster parent and resident favorite NPC, Jameson of Gondor.
Okay.
Jamie!
And he goes, "Hi! I was told you folk might need a bartender." And you see, kind of begrudgingly coming up behind him, your friend, the Rat Lady, Red, with her bow. Yeah, I was also dragged along. Hi, everyone.
What about Jamie's son?
Staying safe.
You actually
Staying
you see baby Jamie on the wall of your city. He's been here for days.
Baby
I was
Jamie.
immediately horrified when you said on the wall of
Yeah,
our city.
same.
I was like, oh
Same.
god.
He is no. So you have a
Got the Vox Machina treatment.
no, God no.
No.
God no. Oh no. But he is one of the guard here. He is now in Rohirrim armor. He is officially a guard of Rohan.
Karen just
an
points up.
esquire of Rohan.
Baby Jamie, you take that off right now. You take that off. You
You
go
don't get
back.
to be
You
here.
Be safe,
You go be safe.
but in a very loving way.
I am a grown adult and I can fight if I want to. Dang it.
You keep
No,
telling
you
yourself that,
can't.
baby Jamie. You just stay safe out there. and just
You're
kinda-
wrong.
I'll train you.
Wonderful.
Honestly,
Not-
we'll take more training.
Not that I haven't already been trained. I am an esquire of Rohan, and he'll pull his sword out, and it is
Doesn't matter.
essentially the same sword they gave Mary in the Lord of the Rings, like Return of the King, the like blunt one.
You mean the glorified toothpick?
Yeah.
Barely.
I am a knight of Arnor, so you should take my advice.
I haven't spared real steel for him yet.
He just kind of puts his sword away and like sulks.
Aw.
But yeah, welcome to Allendale, your
Yay.
city. As you kind of enter the
Yay.
gates, you see a long river that runs kind of from a basin-ish type area above, flowing from your estate. Your estate gets the water from the Misty Mountains, so you have the only running water source in the entire town in your home.
Cool.
Well, that's useful. Ooh.
So you guys can actually like take a shower.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say, like,
I was
I
gonna
swear,
say.
if any of you try to bribe
Exactly.
people, like, if you make this a money thing, I'll kill you all.
Yeah. If any of the peasants rebel, we have the water supply
We don't need
and
them.
the high ground.
Yeah, in the high ground. Yeah, but you also have now a charging.
Oh.
Now you also would have a charging knight of Arnor, killing you all with a lance.
Nah.
That's fine. We can lock
Nah.
the doors. We'll just lock the doors.
Yeah.
Fine.
She has a
Just throw a
key.
big tree in front of them.
We'll change
It's
the
very
locks.
scary. You might not want to try running from me.
I'm also imagining that there's just a very large a sign that's like quickly being scrawled over with paint.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Alan.
You see, baby Jamie, as a matter of fact, is
Very
very much like, damn it,
The perfect, beautiful boy.
I love it's baby Jamie
just-
doing it.
I just did this yesterday. Damn it.
Well, you didn't ask us, baby Jamie.
Should have waited for him putting the fresh coat on.
You didn't ask us.
If you would
Not-
have asked us, we would have told you to stay back where you were.
Not allowed to.
Nice and safe.
Not allowed
I
to
mean-
ride against the orcs. Not allowed to fight in the sewers. You paint the
You really
damn
shouldn't
sign.
be using lead-based paint.
Not allowed to paint name
He
the
just-
town.
He just turns around and chucks the brush at you. You see Jameson Sr. kind of setting up shop in one of the empty bars. This town is not occupied. There are very few people here. There is very obvious like signs that this place was raided by orcs and no one ever came back.
Okay.
You
I
have
have a very important question though.
yes.
What is Jamie naming the bar?
Oh,
He is open to suggestions.
to be determined.
Prancing Pony 2.0.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he can't take the Prancing Pony name because that wasn't his bar to begin with.
Some copyright.
He was-
yeah,
Oh, that's
he was-
fair, that's
copyright.
fair.
It was
You-
given to him. It was.
I mean, this could always be the bucking stallion.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, I was
thinking.
gonna say.
That's exactly what it is now. The bucking stallion.
The
That is his
bucking
new-
stallion.
That is his
yes.
bar, and he's like, and
I
it's
love
better
it.
than the pony because there's an actual fucking stage that I built myself. If you want to come
Oh.
before,
You should say bucking stage, first of all.
And it's mine. Thank you very much.
he just kind of points at Eleanor and goes, "I missed the pun, and I should thank you,
You're
thank
welcome.
you so much." And
You'll
now
find I'm good at those.
I was also, and he just kind of pulls out his sword and goes, "I was also made an esquire, so I am a knight again. Heck yeah!" And puts his sword away. He's like just so happy that he's been.
He's
un-
really happy his title.
Yeah, he's like, "Yes, I did it!
Back, bitches.
I did it!" He's very excited, and you see Red just kind of up on the wall. I'm just gonna hunt and things, I guess. I don't. Do you guys need me for anything?
I feel like we could definitely like recruit her into a job for the city somehow. I'm just not sure what would be
Yeah.
really good. My first thought was like city rat catcher, which was very stupid, but
But in
Oh,
but,
she'll
like,
do
in
it.
some way cleaning the town in that sense, right?
yeah, we
Like,
are at
make
that
it a
low
little more
level.
hospitable.
Yeah, that is like actually a thing we need.
She will totally
would've-
take the job of killing rats and then eating them.
I would have suggested a fur trader because I feel like that would help with commerce.
Yeah.
Yeah, like general huntswoman, figure out the like lay of the land,
Both?
huntress kind of deal. Yeah.
So those in the world of the Lord of the Rings actually have a name. They're called Rangers.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, that's right.
Would you like
They're-
to be the first ranger of Allendale?
Absolutely. She's like, yeah,
Literally,
no,
that's That's Red's title, First Ranger of Allendale.
But we won't know it's called a ranger. It's just going to be called a rat hunter. So
Yeah,
Any joke to you guys?
absolutely. Oh no, because Loke is also
I'm
a
playing
ranger.
yeah, I was gonna.
Loke is also a
Second
ranger.
ranger of
Never mind.
Allendale. Second ranger of Allendale.
Second Ranger
Technically-
of Allendale.
Technically, also Heronland is a ranger of Lothlorien.
You know.
Third
Okay,
Ranger of
So
Allendale.
like 10th Ranger
First
of Allendale.
rat catcher of Allendale.
Like second and a half, because Heronland doesn't count because they're a ranger of somewhere else.
Yeah, Laura, they're a
Okay,
ranger of
okay.
Lothlorien, but all of you,
2.5
the
Ranger.
the group as a whole are what are known as the Jarls of Allendale. You have an official title.
Fuck yeah, we're Jarls.
You are the Jarls of Allendale. So she can still Red can still be the first ranger because Loke, you're a Jarl. You're royalty now.
Mhm.
Ranger Jarl.
I am okay with this.
Okay.
Suddenly, this isn't a bad arrangement.
Yeah.
This is becoming acceptable.
Each of you now have a place within what is known as the Landsmeet, which is a meeting amongst the clans of Rohan to come and meet with the king about important things. You are also instructed by one of the esquires that are with you. He doesn't have a name because I don't feel like making up more NPC names.
No
but
worries.
he's just like this tall ginger man on the back of a horse, who explains to you that if the city is raided, you are to flee to the fortress of Helm's Deep, because no one has ever breached its walls.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm just gonna flex at him and go, no one has ever breached these arms.
just Loke with the gun show.
Well, I am a took, I have to.
Them guns.
Then Charlene is gonna go, and no one has breached these drawers.
He's nuts.
You see the man on horseback just kind of goes, I could change that.
No.
Man, I was gonna say that.
But
I like his enthusiasm. We should keep him.
do I have to give this one a name too?
No.
Useful
Harold.
messenger.
Oh
Harold.
Lord. Yeah, no, his name is now Harold.
Harold.
His name is Harold because he is the Herald.
If you
of-
name
of
people
Allendale.
after their
Harold, the
jobs,
Herald.
it's easier.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
He's a ginger. It's adorable.
Yes.
Cute.
So
What
this
threats
is
can we expect to potentially be sieging us?
well, there are orc packs from Mordor that are currently been ranging over the lands of Rohan. There's the rumors of a beast in the sewers.
Oh.
There are a few things, and he'll open up a parchment, and at first it looks like it's going to be a small parchment. He just kind of drops to the bottom, and it scrolls down the side.
Rolls forever.
Yeah, there are quite a few things, and he like puts on a little pair of glasses and starts reading off. And I'll kind of post them in the Discord, so you guys can kind of talk about them between sessions. But there are quite a few things wrong with the city. Of the survivors,
Cool.
there are people of all races within this town, but it's predominantly dwarves and humans. But there is a small and Terran and Hengist would kind of see this first, like immediately spot them, because most people don't think of hills in the way hobbits do, but when you see them, you know those are hobbit holes.
Cool.
There's a small community of hobbits that lives within the walls of the city.
Cool. Okay.
There are also quite a few empty hobbit holes if you guys wanted to take up residence in one of them. Not that you have to, because there's a
I
mansion.
may use silly earth magic to take my hobbit hole and move it somewhere else up on the manor.
Just moves it onto the manor grounds.
Yeah, essentially expand a garden and have a hobbit hole out there.
Well, the manor is on a massive hill, so if you wanted to, you could just build build a hobbit hole
Just
underneath
make
it.
one.
Okay, yeah. Then I may earth magic myself a hobbit hole at some point.
But yeah, that's
But we can
absolutely
craft
a
some
thing
at
you can
list
do.
first.
But yeah, so there's just right away the things that you are kind of told about are there's a monster in the sewers. There's
Okay.
sewer access within the manor, so the monster may have been within the manor. There's a orc pack that are not far from you that have been attacking the city not daily, but like on about a monthly basis, trying to take what's left of the city. There is a message at the manor from Lothlorien calling for any aid you can provide, but I think you've kind of gotten that handled with Heronland going. And you can also send, riders or anything like that to handle things like this. Like,
Okay.
I was telling you guys before session, but there's a new mechanic where I'm going to allow you to assess what you have as forces and kind of delegate what things should be taken care of when. Things that happen within the city, you guys can take care of yourselves while you're here, but while you're away, you can delegate who does what, essentially.
Okay.
But the immediate kind of thing that the guy is kind of hinting toward is you should probably take care of whatever the hell it is inside the city that's causing trouble underneath it.
The sewer system.
Yeah, the sewer system and maybe your house.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's those 3 things that are kind of our to-do list.
Yeah,
at the
your to-do
moment?
list. Your to-do list at the moment are Lothlorien called for aid, which you kind of handled already without meaning to. With Heronland going, and I will discuss that with Mauve off stream at some point. The settling into your new manor, because that's kind of a big deal, is that you guys need to kind of explore the city and your home to kind of figure out what you got, and then dealing with that whatever the creature is in the sewers, and then the orc pack that is near the city.
Got it. Okay.
Is there anything you guys want to do before tackling that, or any questions you guys have about things that are within your city that you could, as you kind of explore it?
I feel like Ferlin would just hear that this monster has access to his house and would be like, "We gotta take care of that shit right now." Just,
Yeah.
I can't sleep in that house
Until
until the shit's taken care of.
No nights in the house until we murder what's in it. Because obviously, if we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna
What
get
was
murdered
actually-
immediately.
But, yeah, go ahead.
What was actually found is my question in the house anyway.
From what and Harold will kind of go from what we found. There was fur, there were claw marks, and one of the groundskeepers was found mauled to death.
Yeah, see, I ain't about that.
Okay.
I ain't about that.
Okay, yeah, so we should definitely investigate that. I do have some questions about the general town or city.
Okay.
Regarding, does it have any defensive structures, or is it open landscape?
There is a wall around the outside of the city. It's stone reinforcing large logs that kind of are set up as matriculations so that archers can shoot between them. You have a large wooden gate which you had to unlock to get within the city, and you kind of opened to baby Jamie painting very vigorously the sign. There is a obviously you're on a hill, so that's kind of a defensive measure in and of itself because you are on the high ground. But the town is very much structured in when you enter the front gate, there is a town square with businesses around it, and then the residences are behind those businesses, and the businesses are set up in such a way where if the riders needed to be in the courtyard, the civilians wouldn't be in danger.
They would be able to maneuver. Okay.
Yeah, essentially.
You had talked about us essentially needing an army of some sort or additional defensive wear. My quick question would be: merchant army acceptable? Can I grow expensive crops?
And, you can grow expensive crops and use them to hire an army.
Okay, that's my like one option. I will leave it to the rest of the crew for if we want to like structure that way. I didn't know what other people thought.
Well, we definitely need to make our roads less dangerous to travel on if we have orcs nearby.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So we need to expand and civilize the area.
But we also need to not be murdered in our sleep.
Yes, I do agree. I think first things first, we will deal with the an unwanted house guest.
I think I have a temporary solve that might help with that, actually.
Ooh,
Yeah,
do
I
tell.
mean, as
With-
soon as we have the house and the sewers sort of cleared up, I mean, I'm kind of specializing in making the road secure.
That's true. You could just go marauding and deal with clearing up, pacifying the roads, as it were.
I mean, while we're busy, I have an idea for who we can send out. How many roads are leaving Allendale?
Allendale has 3 roads leaving it. There's one that goes into the Misty Mountains, the road you took to get here. There's a road that goes through the Gap of Rohan itself that leads in toward Breland and Arnor. And then there's a road that goes eastward to Gondor.
I see. So I have 16 horse lords that could be used as like lamplighters for the roads that could help kind of patrol and make sure that things are kind of safe. And if anything happens, they can just, run off because they're on horses.
That, and they are all trained in lance combat.
Yeah.
Like, these
they
are
can stick up for themselves as well.
these are
Right.
professional soldiers.
What I'm saying is we won't have to worry about like ambushes being a huge issue on the roads anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Should we also maybe designate a pack of them to go deal with the close by orc camp, or should we deal with that?
I feel like we should probably be there for that.
Okay, that sounds good by me.
We're really good at killing orcs, it turns
We
out.
are effective at murder.
Very good at
Yeah,
murder.
and I mean, as long as we can blind the orcs by killing off their scouts and keeping them off the roads, then we just have all the advantages really.
Plus, it would encourage merchant trade, which would help enrich the city, which is always good.
The only other thing that your like herald says is that there is a wolf, large wolf that we've heard about. No one's really seen it, but there's a wolf somewhere around the city.
I bet you that's in the sewers because Fur and someone got mauled to death in our castle.
It's gonna be a stinky wolf.
So stinky.
Stinky little wolf man.
Yeah, I mean, I think we are probably good to begin an investigation on where it could have gotten in and where perhaps the attack site, if that's somewhat fresh. I'm not sure if that's reasonable.
Yeah, the attack site itself is actually within the castle walls, and he kind of points up to the large manor in which you were, kind of given the okay for. And he goes, it's up there. He was found in the garden. It's a little overgrown since he died, so if you want to go give it a look see, it's been about 3 days since we found him.
Did you move the body? Is it just still there?
No, we buried him. He's been buried, and well, we burned him first because superstition and the like. But yeah, he's been taken care of. We took care of him.
I would like to use one of my ranger features while we're standing here and just talking. Just looking around a little bit and using a spell slot to use my primeval awareness.
Okay. What are you?
Fancy.
So as an action, you can expend 1 ranger spell slot and 1 minute per spell slot level to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you.
Ooh,
Damn, a mile?
Say again what all you get.
that's wide.
I can copy the text.
Yes, please.
I'm posting it into Discord.
All right.
Damn.
Aberrations.
That's nice.
I can
So
see
you
everything.
sense 2 undead from beneath the manor.
Yep, see that's no good. That's no good right there. You
That's
got
no
undead
good right
down in
there.
the sewers. Got to go clear them out.
Yeah, well.
Gotta scoop out the undead.
Time to go on a little cleansing mission then.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're heading up to the manor.
Well, I'm going to present the facts to the others first. I don't want to make a decision on my own.
Alrighty. So how do you broach the subject?
Okay. I have the weirdest gut feeling. There is something really bad in the sewers. My gut tells me that it is something dead, or well, something that really should be dead that isn't. Something walking again.
Right. We should ask, is there any history for the manor that we should be aware of?
Are there ghosts?
Let me Google.
Is this place haunted?
Did the previous owner become a lich?
I'm not good with ghosts.
I swear to God, if there's ghosts.
Well, the lord of the manor, his name was Akurel. He was a Numenorean who came over from the destruction of Numenor. He did become a wraith.
What happened to him as a wraith? You say that very casually.
Well, I mean, most people know already. The Nine serve the Dark Lord, and we try and not say their names anymore. It attracts them.
Super fun times.
We had a run with them
I
before.
only met them once, so yeah.
Yeah, you did actually. You did in fact run into 5 of the 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Still got the scar from the Witch King.
Yeah, yeah. The Witch King of Angmar did stab one of your companions.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, they were the one on the losing side, though.
Yes, they were.
Oh yeah.
The
We whooped their butts.
The other thing that you sense, Loke, is not. It's like just in the range of your primeval awareness. There's a dragon.
Oh.
Our dragon
Is that
or
our
a
buddy?
dragon?
Yeah, that is your buddy. They
Okay.
Buddy.
He follows you
Huzzah.
at a distance.
Aww.
Does he follow us or Heronland?
He follows Heronland, but your Heronland's close enough to where you
Okay,
are,
okay.
where Loke just picks up on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should send stuff with Heronland, but I guess Heronland having dragon artillery is kind of the best.
Yeah, no, Heronland can take care of herself or themselves.
Yeah,
Heronland's about us.
Yeah, Heronland's a monster on the battlefield.
Yep.
Little invisible.
Yeah. So now you guys have a city to explore. Within physical visibility to where you're standing, there is a stable where the currently the donkeys and things of where the esquires that lived here are held, but Alan may also live there if you so wish.
Alan gets his own stable.
I'll bet the
Alan gets his own bedroom.
Yeah.
we let the horse in the house. It's okay.
He gets the
Ooh,
master bedroom.
Are we picking bedrooms
I
now?
don't know about that.
Are we calling dibs? I call dibs on the basement.
Oh God!
Reminds me of home.
You can have the basement, Charlene. I second this.
Yay!
No windows for you.
I would like to turn the attic into a sound room. Thank you.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
you can absolutely do that. So are you guys like just kind of skipping past the town, going straight to the manor? Like, fuck all of these shops. We're going straight up to the
Well, we
manor.
gotta move in. We've got luggage, probably.
We're tired from killing so many things.
So the things around you are there's an inn which has it's an already established inn known as the Sleeping Mouse Tavern. It will be in direct competition with the Bucking Stallion.
Here they got rats anyway.
Excuse me, the Bucking Stallion is #1 reviewed inn and tavern by those that rule over this town.
Y'all, we should start rumors that they have rats because they're named after a mouse.
It'll be easy.
You have
Just summon rats in there.
you see a dwarven woman in a open air forge, just kind of clanging away at a piece of metal. This is the Steel and Tongs, your town's blacksmith. She's currently just kind of building horseshoes because that's what she does most days.
Ooh,
Um,
actually, I may need to visit her at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
As a matter of fact, you have a library. It's currently boarded up, but it exists. There's no one to kind of take care of it yet, but there is a library.
Baby Jamie.
Baby Jamie is an esquire and will not be a librarian.
No.
I'm thinking about borrowing Baby Jamie and make him my deputy to take care of the town when I'm out.
Ooh,
So you
that
can
would be
Aw,
manage
good.
the
that's
police.
cute.
Yeah, that would work well.
That works.
Then
He
you can
would
get the guard
be-
job, but also have a desk job, so it's kind of safe.
He would be
Yeah, yeah.
super excited to hear the word deputy and then hear the job description and be like, dang it.
Promoted to scribe.
Well, but I mean, he will be the deputy investigator, so he will do investigating. He just won't do the fighting.
But I want to do the fighting. He's very like petulant teenager about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you won't be fighting things out there. What you will be doing is you will train all our recruits, because they need training, and that is, well, fighting.
You see him like
you'll
crack
fight
his
in
Now
knuckles.
in
he's
here.
protected. Yeah.
You see him like crack his knuckles. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, it's all about compromise.
And then other than that, you have the residential district, which has houses and like hobbit holes, where the citizens that are still here. There's only about like 15 of them, but there are like citizens that have like small merchant stalls that are like fruits and veggies and like meats and things that people have hunted. And you have a butcher who like cuts the meats and things, and a bakery, that kind of deal. But other than that, those are and then there are two shops that look older than the rest of the town. One of them is the Horn and Shroom Apothecary. They on the outside they have a mushroom with a ram's horn sticking out of it on their sign. And then the Rested Raiments and Repository of Magical Items. It's just like it looks like a bookstore, but inside you just see a collection of weird looking shit.
I love weird looking shit.
Yeah.
Tchotchkes, the decorations.
Sorry. My mind just went to like, we have Charlene.
Goodness gracious. But yeah, so where are you guys going to start this off?
I mean, I'd like to go to the smith at some point.
I
I
would
don't know
like
about
to.
first.
Charlene has an idea.
Oh.
Do touch
I
on it.
have a brilliant plan.
Yes.
It sounds
I will
like
follow
this
you anywhere.
place. It sounds like this place is very large, and we are very small. Why don't we explore the grounds before we decide what our next move is? Sounds like the best idea.
Explore the city, you mean?
Explore the city
Yeah,
or
the
the
city,
grounds of our
the-
castle?
The city grounds, whatever. Everything is covered in ground.
It's true.
What do you
It's
want?
true.
What do you want from me? I'm not a cartographer.
Something fucking specific, Charlene. Come on.
Taryn looks at the ground. I can't dispute with it.
I mean, you could. Taryn could cover everything in like moss.
That's still
Doesn't have
ground.
to be ground. You could you could have like wood planks to be like a wood floor, just like grow perfectly over the
Everywhere.
ground. Be like, now it's floor, bitch.
Yeah, I'm actually trying. I wouldn't mind stretching my legs a bit and just eyeing over the town, seeing what's going on, see if we can find any signs of this creature that has ambushed someone.
I agree. I would love to walk around, talk to a few of the places, perhaps prepare people for inevitable conflict. So the what was it? The tongs and steel and tongs. If we can start making some spears for the city folk,
Ooh.
potentially would be good.
Commission some weaponry.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do at the smith.
Yeah. Okay.
So that will cost money.
I have
Right.
money.
Just to get that, just to start.
That's
one
fine.
one of the things that I wanted to do was make gold a little more important. So when you do requisitions or you have something you want done, it will cost you gold. You will have to
Okay.
spend your money.
That works for me. Yeah, no worries. I'm good with. I can spend my money towards arming the general population, and then any like, I don't know, town fixer upper issues. Like if there's a broken gate and I can go do some wood magic to fix it, that sort of thing. I would gladly go.
If you wanted
towards
to,
that.
it would take you about 2 hours, but you could double the size of your wall with
Ooh.
your druid craft ability.
Yeah, I would love to like fortify the wall and like potentially grow hazardous thorns along the base of it to make it difficult terrain or something to that effect.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. It'd make it'd do it for your soldiers as well. Like that would also make it more difficult on your people, but you can do that.
That's fine. I think that would be okay for everyone, so long as we're not like we fight on the wall.
What are we doing?
Do our town have a bakery of some kind?
It does. It does have a bakery. It is run by a hobbit woman.
Ooh, I know just what to request here to help with our law enforcement problems. I want to have
Big
some
donuts.
some buns that will be deep fried in
Beautiful.
sunflower oil.
Oh my
Beautiful.
god! Yes.
The bakery actually specializes in potato donuts. They
Ooh.
deep fry it tastes like a French fry essentially, but it's a donut shape. And then they do have standard like glazed and or cherry filled donuts.
Oh,
Oh,
yum.
that's so good.
Ferlin, I might have to ask you a favor of you. I
Yes.
need someone to start planting the rumors that we have the best donuts in Rohan.
I will write you the most beautiful song.
I love this a lot. I missed you guys.
I did. I did have a thought though
Mhm.
of another thing now that Ferlin would like to do. Considering we are, building an army, right? Baby Jamie is like training some like
Mhm.
recruits for the police, whatever. It's very, very important to have some musicians, in these armies and stuff. Keep up morale, that sort of thing. So I think Ferlin would like to, give some or start maybe at the Bucking Stallion, like some, like guitar lessons or something, like a guitar lesson night. People can come learn how to play an instrument, that kind
Okay.
of thing.
Okay, so you're wanting you're wanting to teach the general populace basically to kind of learn how to play the instruments you play.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the general populace and I feel like more importantly our army.
Okay,
you
so
know,
you want
so that when they're out and we send them out to do shit, they can keep up morale. Music is very important to Ferlin. The whole town needs to be musicians. Not
okay,
quite,
so
but,
you can train a contingent of your army when you have enough soldiers. I will allow you to roll me a d20 to tell me to show me how many of them are interested in learning how to be bards, basically.
Yeah. This can be like their secondary job, right? Like they don't have to like do all the bardy things, but play some guitar, sing songs, sing my songs specifically.
My songs, the
Yeah.
ones I wrote. You're not
Mhm.
allowed to write any. Just my
Warriors
stuff.
may not be well trained, but they'll be well entertained.
You can write songs, but I might, demand 1% of the royalties
Wow.
since I taught you how to sing and play music.
So we can tell you at least have a dwarf in the group.
Wow.
I actually have a question.
Yes.
In true Charlini fashion, I have paid no mind to anything monetary gains whatsoever. How much money do you think I have?
Like $523.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around that.
That's what I have.
That's
Yeah,
right
okay.
around
500
around
so-
that. You'd have also been given a single platinum coin by Gandalf.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow,
Cool.
aren't you fancy?
Wait,
I am
Charlini
fancy.
specifically has this?
Yeah, or us.
Charlini specifically has a single platinum
Charlini,
coin.
do you know what money is?
Huh?
You
I know
want
what
this?
money thing. I know what money is. Don't insult my intelligence. It's the thing that lets me buy mushrooms.
It's true. He understands. Perhaps
Gotta-
I could find
I
some
have
nice mushrooms for you.
I have a feeling Charlene has been paying so poor attention. Tengus has basically picked up all their paychecks and been like, okay, Charlene, here's all your money.
Exactly.
Someone has to manage my finances.
Certainly not you, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm just making sure no one steals from you.
Who
Uh,
will be the accountant for the accountant?
Yeah, Charlini,
I'm
you were given this coin, and Gandalf didn't explain how much it was worth, but you just see it and it looks like a silver penny. Like it's a slightly larger silver penny. And it's slightly shinier, essentially. So you have no idea why he just gave you slightly shinier silver. But he only
Ooh,
gave
I
you
liked-
one of them.
I think it's a bit more yellow as well, if it's platinum.
It is. It's slightly yellower.
Okay. It's now my most prized possession that I will give away at the most earliest convenient time.
Right?
Charlene, you have a very pretty rock if you would like to trade.
Okay. So what are you guys doing now that you kind of know what's within your city?
I want to make like one we're going around introducing each other to people and stuff like that. Do like a sweep and just make like a perception check to see if I can find any traces of this animal, or a survival check, or whatever you find.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a... Give me either investigation or survival.
Okay, I think they're the same. So let's go.
Depending on
Um,
which one you choose to roll, the result will be different. So
Okay.
let
I
me
will
know which
assume
one
it's
you
a-
want it to be.
I will assume it's an animal. Will be my first guess since we found some fur and things like that. So I will make a survival roll because of that reasoning.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a 20.
Like a natural 20 or a dirty 20?
Dirty,
No,
looks
15,
like.
15 plus 5.
Okay, cool. All right. So you are able to find kind of as you go around, there are traces of claw marks kind of in the cobblestone leading into the residential district. Something large, probably larger than an average human, came through here, and it was not... At first, it was very confident in its stride, but it began to stumble, and then the tracks stop.
Okay. Makes sense. Something got a bit worried by being in among people, and might have panicked and trying to get an elevated path to get around to get a better sense of the area. That would be my best guess.
Okay. I'm assuming you give this information to the group.
Yeah, exactly. I'm probably just telling what I'm finding them as I find it.
Okay.
Or
Cool.
or do the tracks disappear close to a entrance into the underground?
They
Right.
do seem to disappear right around there's a large entryway into the sewer system. That is at the basically the base of the hill of your home.
Oh, okay. We might
Okay.
have a giant carnivorous vole of some kind.
Aw, poor dirty puppy.
Not a puppy.
Are we able to determine how many entrances to the sewer reasonably this creature could come in and out of?
There are 2 entrances to the sewer.
2 entrances reasonable. Okay.
Mhm.
Is this the one that's considered like close to our manor, or is there one like directly in the manor?
You are well, 2 entrances that are accessible to the public, and then there's one inside the manor. You can
Okay,
go
so-
into a tunnel way underneath the manor.
Is it big enough for a horse?
No.
Oh.
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 Alan will have to get manicured in his bedroom.
You just send him to the smith.
You
to
know,
get
Alan
new-
has
new-
done
new
a lot
shoes.
of work. I
That's
think
kind of true. We
I
can
think
have
Alan
rest.
deserves a nice pedicure. You know.
Agreed.
I am sure Alan is very sad that he can't go into the sewers of all
Good
places.
carrots.
It's
all
true.
that
It's
stuff.
true.
Alan takes any advantage to beat the shit out of people.
This is true.
He is an elven warhorse, so yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm. Now he will be pampered by the smith or something.
Yeah, there's a smith and like a stable hand that will gladly take care of your horse.
Hell yeah.
This is our town's namesake.
yeah.
Better take good
It's
care
our
of him.
Maya.
You see, baby Jamie is basically sculpting a like wood carving of Alan in the center of town.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Yes.
perfect.
I like that.
Exactly.
Baby Jamie's became our like general handyman for the entire
Our
town.
mascot's mascot.
Our mascot's mascot.
It's the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So, are you guys entering the sewer entrance?
Yeah, I think I'm good with what I've done in town.
Yeah.
I've kind of discussed what I wanted to do, which was, I guess, I don't know if I actually stipulated how much it costs. Like, I do want to recruit the forge for making spears and such for the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the choice of 3 separate materials. You can have them made of brass, bronze, or steel, and each of them will cost a different amount.
What's the most expensive?
Steel.
Run at. I mean, what's it cost? Sorry.
Oh, it's gonna for 100 spears. It's going to be 600 gold pieces.
I'm happy to contribute also.
Yeah, if that's possible. Hang on, I'm trying to see how much money I have. Where is that?
Go to your inventory.
Inventory. So sorry.
Yeah, I'll happily throw
Exactly.
200 gold at that, if that's important for us.
Okay, I can throw 200 as well.
What was it? 6? Yeah, I can do 200 too.
All right. So you now have the smith working on Alan some fancy horseshoes, and the spears to arm your people. There is an armory. It's an older building. It doesn't have many things inside of it, but it does have like some old suits of brass armor and some like old Rohirrim swords. So having some new weapons in there is probably a good idea.
I would also like to hire them to help equip my horse lords.
Okay. What are you specifically wanting for your horse lords?
What do they currently have?
Currently, they are wearing bronze scale armor. They have steel swords and bronze spears, along with a large wooden shield.
I would imagine the steel spears would go to them also.
How
That's so
much? Yeah, how much can I spend to upgrade all of that to steel?
All of it. You have 16
All of
horse
that.
lords.
Yeah.
That would cost about 500 gold pieces.
I have 440. Will that do?
I will toss in 100 for you.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Thank
toss
you.
them.
I got
Yeah.
it, I got
So
it.
now you have your horse lords will kind of pass their bronze armor on to the esquires that are in town that all kind of wear leather. So now they have the
Everyone's
bronze,
leveled up. Cool.
and the horse lords that kind of go out and help are all have steel.
Wonderful.
Yeah, considering me and remind me, Leaf, what's the name of your character?
Taryn.
Taryn. Since me and Taryn are here, and not really the best built for horse riding, I
Mhm.
would like to go by the stable and ask them to purchase and stable 4 mastiffs for us, riding mastiffs.
Okay. They will.
What about me?
There
Don't we
is
have the,
a.
War goats.
You do have the 2 war goats. That was the thing I was about to mention. You have
Yeah,
2 war
yeah.
goats.
We do have 2
Um,
war goats, and that's specifically why I want something else.
Ah,
I
okay.
don't, like, I
So
don't like my goat.
you don't like your
Bastard.
goat.
This goat is rude as shit.
All right. Yeah. They ask you if you want specifically West Farthing mastiffs, or if you want them gotten from the dwarven kingdoms nearby,
I
because
think I want
they are
mastiffs.
unaware of Moria's fall.
Yeah, I probably want West. Good question. I actually think I want to have Gondorian Mastiffs if possible.
Gondorian Mastiffs. Okay.
Good choice. Excellent
So
choice.
that is going to
fancy.
so that
fancy.
that's going to cost you about 100 gold pieces for Gondorian riding Mastiffs.
I can
Sounds
put
You need
50
to-
towards
Would
that.
would a nice little dwarf also benefit from a
From a riding
from a
Mastiff,
mastiff?
need to be
you're
small
likely
to
a
ride them.
little too big for a Mastiff.
What would be the level up for a dwarf?
You're looking for like a pony,
Okay.
a war goat. You could have stag
might be-
as your thing. They also specifically dwarves are known, especially the dwarves of the Iron Hills, are known for battle goats that are like these massive rams.
Mm.
And they are one of the scariest things to see a line of charging at you.
You could also get yourself a chariot with 2 goats pulling it. It's called
Yeah,
a
because you
go-kart.
now have 2 goats.
Oh my gosh! And then I could play my instruments
Yep,
because
the
I wouldn't
goat
need
cart.
my hands.
And have ye old magical speakers tied to it.
Yes. Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was like, if I should get in on this, I want to get in on this.
You're okay. This is the time to do it. This is the shopping episode.
The
Much
shopping
as-
episode, yeah.
Much as
Go
some
ahead
people
and
hate
do
that.
the mastiffs. Go
Some
ahead and do the
people.
mastiffs first, and then I'll get my chariot.
Okay. So the mastiffs and the chariot in total is 150 gold pieces.
Yeah, I paid for the Mastiffs 100 at least. So if anyone wants to chip in the 50, or I can take that as well.
You got the 50?
I mean, I have the 50. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you can pay for your chariot.
Yeah, I'll pay for my chariot.
And it
Mhm.
has horns on it that will amplify the sound
Oh.
of your musical instruments.
Mm-hmm.
It's ye
Oh,
old
that's nice.
speakers. Ye old speakers.
speakers.
All Furlan and their horny chariot.
My very horny chariot. I'm not
Ye old air
compensating
horn.
for anything. No.
The
So
old air horn.
are we all together doing this?
You kind of can take your own separate ways, or you can do it together. It's up to you.
Okay, well Charlene would have gotten bored of this and wandered away.
Char, did
That
you
makes
see what
sense.
I DM'd you, by the way?
Yeah, no, I saw it.
Okay.
When he begins to pet the wolf.
Since we have a blacksmith, there's the possibility to like buy a new armor or something as well.
Yeah, if you wanted new armor, you can absolutely buy new armor. What are you looking for?
I was just checking if I can buy any, but I realized I do not have enough money. So nothing.
Well,
Nothing.
what are you thinking about buying? Is the
Yeah.
question.
What do you
want
wanna
to
buy?
Of
'Cause-
upgrading my scale mail into something better. But yeah, that's probably like a half plate or something if it's medium armor.
And
Some
you're
of us are
you're a
willing to donate
ranger,
to the
right?
local armor fund, you know. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. And you're a ranger, right?
Yes.
Can you wear half plate?
Yeah, I can wear medium armor.
Okay, so you can probably ask your party members if they would be willing to help you
Mhm,
get a
mhm,
new set of
mhm.
armor.
Yeah, no worries. I
Because
can find
it costs like
Yep.
750 though, so it's a really expensive one piece of armor. It only gives one more armor class. So it's
You
not really
are
worth it.
you are the jarl of this town. You decide whether or not this lady gets taxed. So you kind
get
of
some discounts.
you get a steep discount. I will only charge you 100 gold for a set of half plate armor.
Well, in that case, I can without any problems pay for that.
Yeah, you'll learn that with royalty comes gift.
Privilege.
What?
Yeah.
It's almost like the system is rigged or something.
It's
Almost.
very strange.
What?
It's very strange.
That's
It's
I don't know
almost
how
like
these
there's
adventures-
issues. Monarchy or something. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
you do have,
Um,
however, responsibility for keeping these people alive. That is
That's fair.
That's not.
First
gonna
of
lie.
all, I'm doing a great job.
A live check? Everyone raise your hand. Yup,
Hell yeah.
we're doing great.
Quickly, Charlene, go get everyone's name down. We need to take numbers and names.
Oh yes, give us a census, why don't you?
Yeah. That feels like a very good job for Charlene, actually.
Honestly,
You know
being
what?
The
Okay.
census officer, yeah.
I mean, that is Trilenia the opportunity to annoy everyone.
Yeah, everyone needs to know who their Jarl is, or at least one of them is. So that way when they interact
So
with
then they
anyone
can
else,
avoid Charlene,
Yeah.
if they want to.
well, as soon as they interact with any of us, they're like, "Oh my god, they're sane! Oh my god, this is so much better than I thought it
More discounts.
was."
I mean, I'm at least like partially famous in these parts.
Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah.
Eleanor is moderately famous as a champion jouster. There is a very old and beaten down list, by the way.
There's a who? What?
There's a list. The
Can
There's a census?
can I put money into making that better?
you can. So the lists are the tournament grounds where jousts are held.
Okay.
There's an
So we have an
old
arena.
you have a small imagine like a track, like a running track, but in the middle there's
Yeah.
a
Well, I've been to some really
Yeah.
bad football fields in my time.
yeah,
as a
it's
band.
imagine that. Imagine basically the worst football field you've ever been to
Cool.
with like wooden bleachers that are falling apart. Oh,
Perfect.
Can I overpay to get it really fancy with like 100 gold?
so to get this all fixed, A, you'd need a new groundskeeper because yours is dead. B,
So many dead people. Wow, so
too
sad.
soon.
Okay, I do have
B-
an idea for that.
okay.
That's just gonna be how my knights train.
Oh my god.
Clean up this place, idiots.
You do have
Excellent,
also
excellent.
have a druid friend.
Oh shit.
That's true too.
Yeah, I
You
can
could
just
clean it.
declutter and like grub the area for you and like lay
Oh,
out
yeah.
nice foliage and probably
Make it,
grow
like,
you a
3
nice
times as better.
bleacher and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I could do all of that.
you do have
for money.
a druid friend
For money.
that you will also need to pay, apparently.
I'll just give you 100 and you do some cool stuff with it, all right?
I'll make it extra bitchin', no worries.
Cool.
Extra
Here you go.
bitchin'.
Here's the 100 gold.
I'm putting that in my notes. Extra bitchin'.
Yeah. Just like real mahogany, lovely, nice, like target dummies. They're like, intricate cog machines so that the bleachers can extend and retract.
Hell yeah,
Bitchin'.
Statue of Alan at the top. I get you.
Roll me an Arcana check to see if you can do the cog work, but absolutely you can do this.
In the Discord.
I was gonna say it can't be a statue. It'd have to be like a bush sculpture.
It can
I'm
be a
down
statue.
for like a hedge.
It can be a statue. You just
I
have to
mean,
grow
I'm down
the
for
wood.
either one.
You just have to grow the wood and then have Jamie or baby Jamie shape it. Yeah.
Oh,
Some fucking bonsai tree ass horse. Hell yeah.
Is it? Sorry, we just haven't used a Discord one in a minute. Is it?
It's slash roll.
Slash roll. Okay.
It's easy.
They changed
You
it.
can do slash roll or you can do exclamation point roll.
Oh yeah, we have a new bot.
Yeah, because I got a new bot.
Fancy. Like that.
Yeah,
The old bot like changed which command it worked with,
Oh.
and like nobody knew.
Yeah, so
So we
do,
just got a
do
new one?
exclamation point. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Huzzah!
Oh yeah.
Oh
Very
yeah,
fun.
absolutely. Yeah, no,
Intricate
this is beautifully made.
In my head, it's like
Nice.
Game of Thrones map intro.
Oh,
essentially.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That is
Giant
exactly.
statues
Yeah.
of Alan spinning out as like.
It's the last part. That's the part you like. Exit
There's
off.
there's a clock tower over the part of the place where the nobles sit. That on at noon and midnight, a statue of Alan comes out of the clock,
Oh my God.
whinnies, and then goes back in.
It does like a cuckoo clock, and it's like a joust.
Yeah, exactly. And you have like dwarven smiths come and help you with this.
Okay, perfect.
Because the fact you saved them from dying in Moria.
Yeah.
I will say that quite a few dwarves did come with you to the town. There is a large influx of dwarves that are looking for homes and looking for kind of places to locate. So if you wanted to recruit amongst the dwarves that fled Moria, that's an option.
No, that sounds great. Yeah, we could use
Yeah,
expert
yeah.
craftspeople.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Let's incentivize them to stay.
Yeah, whatever that is. What do you guys like?
Gold, food, and alcohol.
Perfect.
We can definitely manage those.
We've already said
We
that
need-
shit.
We need merchants. We need army. We need people who can cook. So perfect.
Perfect. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start growing the grapes now.
Yeah. You also would know. Specifically, Ferlin would know this.
Mm.
Dwarves make some of the best vodka in the world.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
To the potato crop we go.
Uh But yeah, so that is what you guys can do. What is Charlene doing during all of this?
Well, first of all, I'm currently taking a census, so I'm legitimately
Thank
writing
you.
down. You might not thank me when you read it, or ask
Okay.
me about it, but I am doing a census of some sort.
Which I will actually DM you later about who all is in the town. I will give you all the names of every person.
You
That's
can
lovely.
you can do that. I'll when someone asks me about the
Charlene be able
census.
to tell us about it.
Charlene will know, but none of you will.
But no one
No.
else will know.
They're stick figure drawings of all of the people.
Perfect.
I can't wait for someone to ask me about this later.
With really weird categories like shiniest rock or like largest grain sack.
Ooh, yes.
But in between doing this wonderful logistics work that Charlene is so good at,
So wonderful.
Charlene will
Yeah.
have been wandering into shops that strike his fancy.
Okay, which one are you
Oh.
looking to go into?
I mean, that magical shop is probably one that I'd want to check out because,
Okay.
again, magical things usually means magical mushrooms, and magical mushrooms mean a good time.
As Charlene enters the repository of rested raiments, you see a tall elven woman standing behind the counter. She has long blonde hair and deep gold eyes. They're very striking in the dark room, and they kind of flicker with the light. And she is polishing a set of daggers. These beautifully made bronze daggers. What do
Ooh.
you do?
Well, you said she had very striking eyes, right?
She does have very striking eyes.
Oh, hello, my beautiful acquaintance I have just met. Your eyes are very striking, like two fireflies mating on a Juneteenth day.
Oh dear. Who are you?
Jimmy Moretti?
I'm glad you asked. I am the great Charlene, recorder of history, marvel of the world. You may have heard tales of me. I take you have not, because I am the one writing the tales.
As you say,
I also own the city now.
as a matter of fact, as you say the word Charlene, you see her reach over and grab a stick and
My
pull it
God.
over, and it looks very familiar to some items you've seen, Charlene, because it is a long, knotted staff with a clear crystal at the top. This is a wizard's staff.
Ooh. I see you're a partaker in the arcane arts, I see.
I've spent some time with Mithrandia.
Oh.
How can I help you?
Intriguing. Oh, just browsing your wares. Do you have anything interesting?
What are you in the market for? Quite a bit of my stock is interesting.
I don't quite know. Usually when I go shopping, I just wander around until something calls out to me on a innate level.
I might have something that might interest you. And she reaches underneath the counter and pulls out a small box and opens it, and inside is a ring. This ring is made of silver, and it has a bright green gem inside of it. And she doesn't touch the ring itself, but she will slide the box toward you and go, "What of this?" And the setting is actually a pair of dragon's mouths biting around the gemstone.
Ooh. Can I roll? Would it be investigation or perception? For like, I'm really trying to let things call out to me. Like in character, I want it to like be feeling in my bones.
Roll Arcana, as a matter of fact.
Arcana. Awesome. That makes it easy. I don't have any bonuses to that. What did I just do? No, I fucked it up. Hold
5,
on.
1 minus 6.
Oops.
used
Hold
rolls.
on. I did roll, not what I wanted, but
You rolled.
I rolled a 5 on a d6, which is not that roll. Well,
Your
let's,
arcane failed, apparently.
No, I did it again. I don't think I'm doing this right.
Roll
It's
1d20.
exclamation point is
Yeah.
what I used.
It's exclamation
Okay.
point, roll 1d20 plus 0, so it'd just be roll 1d20.
Roll 1d20. There we go. I got a 10.
The ring is clearly magical, but you have no idea what. And just for a moment, I am going to take us to a brief intermission because I have to take a bio break, and I will be right back, folks. We have been
Okay.
playing for about an hour and 25 minutes, so
Okay,
I will
good
be
to know.
I will be right back, and you folks can talk amongst yourselves.
Okie doke.
How
Cool.
best
Sounds
to
good.
build our city.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to working on my census. As of right now, I'm legitimately writing down numbers and logistics.
I imagine if you were to ask any of the citizens questions, it'd be the most inefficient way possible.
We could place Red by one of them, since she can turn into a quite big bear. That should probably make it turn around and go back down into the sewers again. And we
Yeah.
can take the other
I think-
entrance.
We can
Well,
also
I
just
think we
seal
have
them
3
too,
exits.
potentially.
It was 2 that was accessible by the public, and then 1 that was in our manor.
Yeah, we could also just seal them outright too, potentially. Like I think having a druid.
I have
masterful.
returned. Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh,
And I did
Welcome
make you
back.
audible to the stream. I apologize that I did not give you prior warning.
Shoo.
ah,
How could you? Our secret plans.
Plans, little bear.
But yeah, so what were you guys talking about? Enlighten me and the chat, please.
Joe.
What?
What?
Joe.
Joe, what?
Joe Mama.
Yeah, I walked into that one. I knew it. I saw it. Saw it.
Did you
and I
not?
let it happen.
No, we
I
mostly
was-
discussed sealing off one of the multiple entrances to the sewers so that there was only one way in, and that was the way that we would go in.
Okay. How are you going to do that? That is the question.
If the one, I assume I'm not going to really be able to close up the manor one, but I assume the ones that are at the entrances in the town are somewhat earthen, so I would potentially try to
They are indeed.
overgrow roots and such over it to just kind of close it up, but still allow like
So
water.
Not enough to make the water stop flowing, but enough to keep a creature inside. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. If you would like to do that, that is absolutely a thing that is within your power to do.
Alternatively, I think we also said we wanted to station some people at those entrances to like assist on like, if something comes out there and starts trying to get out, they would be able to stop it or shoot at it. So
Okay.
I think someone suggested.
Both.
Yeah.
Both sounds like the best plan.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You can do that. You can do both of those things with ease with the people that you have. Are you recruiting soldiers amongst the dwarves that have come to live in your city?
I'm down for that.
Yeah. If we have the capacity, yes, and even if we don't, we will build.
I guess I have a logistical question.
Yes, how may I help?
Do we have to like pay our army to exist? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
We can pay them with taxes, right?
That's why taxes exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly
wasn't fair for you
that
to think
and
about
like
that,
free
too.
room and board kind of deal, like free food,
Okay.
place to live, because most of these people are displanted, dwarven citizens.
Yeah, we just gotta
Or-
throw some festivals every now and again.
Yeah,
My just immediate thought with the like add dwarves to army was like, can we afford it?
Can we afford them?
Can we afford that? Oh shit! Yeah.
Do we have to
your
care if we can afford it?
with your druid, you can grow enough food to pay them in food.
Cool. Yeah.
If I know anything about monarchies, the answer is no. We don't have to care if we can afford it.
Yeah.
That's
Kinda.
fair too.
They'll deal with that.
They'll deal with that amongst themselves.
Give them a little bit of
I know.
power and some free food, and
Perfect.
that'll be
I
fine.
know, we'll make the poors pay for it.
Perfect.
That will definitely work.
But I think that's our plan of attack. I don't know if we have anything else that we wanted to like prepare for before we go in through our castle entrance.
Real quick, I want to resolve the Charlini thing. Char,
yeah.
you do know that this is a magical ring. Many magical rings within this world exist. You don't know whether or not this is one of the ones your entire party's been hunting after. But you do know that this is a
Okay.
magical ring, and it does
Okay.
kind of call to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at it and I go, well, you've piqued my interest for the sheer fact that I know it does something. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in the shop, I presume. What's it do?
This is a ring of invisibility. It allows you to become invisible once a day.
I don't know. Invisibility isn't super my style. Possibly because I can't keep my trap shut, if you know what I mean.
I also
Just need an
have
amazing distraction.
I also have a necklace of silence.
That seems more useful, but also less
Together.
fun.
Together, perhaps you could be silent.
Unheard and
and make-
unseen.
What do you want for the ring?
What do you have to trade?
What do I have to trade? Let's see. What do I have to trade? He says, like looking in his inventory that he totally has taken everything he's ever gotten down and has never forgot to add anything in
Yeah,
there.
very good at notes.
Mostly just rocks.
Yes, there's lots of rocks in my inventory. That's weird. I have a dot. Ooh, a dot. Could I interest you in some mushroom?
What kind of mushrooms?
The good kind of mushrooms.
She'll lean over and go, "How many do you have, and where did they
I
come
have a
from?"
metric fuck ton, which is a bag. I have a
bag
very full bag of magic mushrooms.
It's just labeled metric fuck ton.
So that would you have 2.5 pounds of hallucinogenic mushrooms in your.
That's
your
a
inventory.
lot of mushrooms.
It's
Yeah, it
nice.
It's a
is.
lot.
It's a nice size. Pretty good.
She'll kind of look over them. Give me 15 of those. You can have the ring.
Okay, you have yourself a deal.
This is an amazing drug deal trade. My word.
She will take them and just be like, hell yeah, I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Can I throw a tip on there for you, sweet cheeks?
Oh my god.
You can
And I
never
wiggle
call
my
me
eyebrows.
Sweet Cheeks again. But sure.
You got it, Butterbuns.
Nope, not that either.
No problem, my frosted tot.
You see her grab the staff. Last warning.
No problem, my firefly-eyed enchantress.
Okay, that's fine. Just put the
Okay.
staff back.
How about we grab a drink later?
Thin ice. Thin ice.
It's how I live my life.
If you... why are you even here? Like, why are you within this town?
I will be honest with you, I don't particularly remember.
Sure, there's a new bar that just opened up. I wanted to go check it out anyway. It says that they specialize in roast mutton. Let's go there. Later.
Okay,
After my
sounds
shop
good.
closes.
Sounds good to me. I think I have some important thing I'm supposed to be doing. I've been gathering info on the town. I don't know. So they brought us here and said something about us the doing stuff with the town. I don't remember. I have it written down.
Are you one of the new Jarls?
Possibly. Does that sweeten the deal for you?
Oh, by the gods. Oh, no.
Existential dread
Yeah,
activated.
yeah, immediate. She's just terrified.
Exactly.
I just have to say that for the past 5 minutes, Leaf and I have been muted so that we could just laugh
Bust their guts.
our
No.
asses off. No, because this is amazing. Thank
So
you.
silly.
That's all.
But I'll pick you up later tonight.
Okay.
And I take
Yeah.
the ring and I put it in my pocket and I do 2 finger guns and give her a wink and then I out the door.
I'll pick you up after some ghost hunting. I promise I might smell like a sewer.
You see her just kind of like literally just head in her hands, just oh no, what have I done?
Oh no.
She questions if she already took the mushrooms or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, like you just see her eat one, just fuck it, just down one.
It's like,
I'll need this for later.
I need this now.
I'll need
Yep.
this to survive the date.
Just some old Toby, just.
Gods help us.
But yeah, so you can I'm assuming you gather the rest of your party again.
Yes, I
pulling,
go find them.
pulling
I do have a
Charlene
question.
along.
While you gained a date, did you also gain a magical artifact or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got a ring.
Okay,
Did we
But
get
no one knows that.
Did we get a name
for the hot date.
for the?
No, I didn't bother asking a name.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
wanted to double check that one.
Your census is very thorough.
Cool.
You'll find out in 2 to 7 business days.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys all kind of gather around. Are you trying to are you blocking off? So the hill is a kind of a like it crests up into a point at your manor and it fans down, and there's a left entrance and a right entrance to the sluice way that is your sewer system. Are you blocking off the left or right entrance?
If I can spend the time, I'd like to block off both. But if that's not accessible, then I'll just block off one.
You
That'll
can
be the right one.
block off both if you'd like. You don't know whether or not the creature is within there right now, but you know that people have heard it.
In relation to the 1 mile radius that we were able to see,
Mhm.
can we identify are those creatures definitely in the sewer system, or is that like unknown?
That would mean Loke would need to roll a survival check.
Oh, okay. I can do some more investigation. Let's see, 15.
if you're focusing really hard on your primeval awareness, the the undead creatures are definitely underneath. You, but the way this is looking,
Hmm.
definitely this is probably not the same thing.
Okay, got it. In that case, I say we block them both up and man both of them with whatever townspeople we can.
Ooh,
And
ah,
that way we separate our issues. Maybe leave someone out here. I mean, Red can definitely stay out, and she
Oh
would
yeah,
be-
Red'll definitely hunt this thing if you guys want her
oh,
to.
I have an idea of what we
Oh.
can do. Let's
Uh,
block one of the entrances and rig the other with a couple of snares.
Yeah,
We'll probably hear if we catch it.
okay.
Hmm.
that sounds good. I like that better.
If you guys would like, you may lay a trap. I will allow you to roll. Give me a second. I'll check the thing. Sleight of hand to I'm switching back and forth between Pathfinder and D&D. Roll sleight of hand. Any of you may roll sleight of hand, and any of you may allow the help action, which will give that character advantage. You may roll to set up your traps.
I think that would
Okay.
be Ferlin.
Yeah, I'm gonna
probably.
go for it.
Yeah. Let's help Ferlin.
Okay, so roll with
Ferlin
advantage.
has like plus
Roll with
7.
advantage.
So that's you rolled
Here in the
two.
corner.
You roll two separate rolls, and whichever one is higher is what you tell me.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
well, that was a nat 20.
nat 20,
So
nice.
27.
Okay, with a natural 20, you were able to set up a very elegant snare trap.
Yeah.
Very not like no one could probably see this thing. Whatever this is, it's probably definitely gonna fall into this trap. Are you guys going to kind of stake out this area?
Question.
Yes.
So we have covered one, we have a trap on the other, and then is there another one that's in our mansion?
So there
or-
is an entrance to the sewers and an underground tunnel system within your manor. You know that
Okay.
there is an undead presence within that tunnel system, but you know
Okay.
that the creature you are hunting is not that undead.
And
Okay.
as far as our house goes, like how many entrances are in that? And I guess I ask with the idea of like if we're gonna stake out the one that has the trap on it, could we also see kind of from a distance the entrances to our place, or like how are we gonna resolve that we kind of have two places to keep
So
an eye on?
what you can do is you can assign NPCs, or you can split the party, up to you, to guard the different doors of your home. Or there's only really one main entrance to your home, which is a large double wrought iron door. It seems that this was made where if someone were to try and siege the town, this keep is where people would evacuate to.
Got
Okay.
But as far as you know, what people told you was that whatever got into your house from the sewers. So it's going to try and get
From
into
the
that
sewer.
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Okay, how about we put Red at the manor door and we sweep through the sewer? We clear out these undead and anything else we find in there.
Okay. Do you want just
like
Red, or would you like Red and Baby Jamie, or other NPCs? Remember,
not
you do
baby Jamie.
you do know you do have like full grown Jameson and the king of the dwarves within your city right now, who is
That's
also kind of a badass.
The king of the dwarves. I love that man.
He
He's
hates
pretty
you.
cool. He loves me too. I can tell.
He's just a good close friend of yours.
You just see the king from way down. Fuck you, Charlene.
Shaking, waving. Charlene just waves back.
I wave back. I love you too.
Beautiful.
Roll a dex save, Charlene.
Oh yeah.
Just another
good at
chance
these.
to get murdered. It's fine.
Dex save.
Yep.
Okay, so that's hold up. My brain will catch up. Roll 1d20 plus 8.
Okay, yeah.
25.
So you guys see whisking past Charlini's head a hand axe, but Charlini just keeps walking. Like it doesn't hit him. It just goes whoosh, right past his head, but he doesn't.
Just fucking Mr. Magoo's that shit, picks
Yeah.
up a rock or something and it goes over.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, shiny rock.
It's fine. It's fine.
Totally fine.
The king totally didn't just throw a hand axe. At
The
you,
king
not
is
at
gonna kill me one of these sessions.
No.
all. Or at least hit you. At least
Yeah,
hit
At
you.
some point it'll
once.
mortally wound you, but not kill.
Maim.
Maim, yes, maim. Good scarring.
Just give you a nice scar on your right cheek with one of his axes. Ooh, somebody
Perfect.
is revving a motorcycle outside of my house. I apologize if the stream can hear that.
I wrote you a little note, Bell.
Alrighty.
I might need to sneak off a little bit because of early morning endeavors tomorrow
Okay.
and time zone shenanigans. So I'm thinking maybe
What we can do is
maybe
because
Hank is
we
good.
have been going for about 2 hours, is we can cut here and we'll come back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I am busy for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
In 3
Cool.
weeks, we will come back on Sunday the. Let me double check.
Maths.
Sunday the
Third.
second,
25th?
Second.
because I have a
We
thing
have
next week.
downtime.
Yes, you will have downtime.
Right.
I'm actually going to I'm going to post a thing much like I did with Pathfinder in the Discord. Actually, I'll tell you this off stream. Anyway, you would anyone like to plug anything before we head off? Because this has concluded the session for now.
Cool. I'm excited.
Yeah. I like having a city.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like doing city building stuff.
I like
Having a
making
house
people
is cool.
afraid that I am partly in charge of a city.
Oh yeah, no, that mage is terrified.
I made
Already
a
packing
specific
up.
note in gold about the census, so
Oh,
because
good.
I want to remember to ask about it later.
I am excited for you guys to find out what this monster is.
Yeah, it's got to be fun to do some investigating.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes me worried now. So I'm worried.
I'm now
probably already
super
guessed.
That's
excited.
sketchy now. So
It's gonna be
It'll
a
be fun.
nice little mystery for you all.
yeah.
I figured this might be a wonderful way to let our detective actually do some detective stuff.
Yeah, that could be cool. But that might be good to do in the blue booking, since that might be something that Hengis does alone.
Okay.
That
So
would be cool to maybe do in text chatting or such. And
yes,
we can do that together.
absolutely.
I can present that next time we play.
Absolutely.
Ooh. That'd be cool.
Do any of you, my lovely players, have anything you want to plug stream-wise coming up, stuff like that?
I have something actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
I'm thinking for once. I'm thinking about getting myself I'm going by a store tomorrow and getting myself a little tripod so I can set up my phone and maybe stream some painting. Might do it on Discord, but still
Oh,
cool.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So that's something. That's the first.
Yeah.
I have something to plug.
Yay.
I think I'm. Yep, there we go. And then Huffy, if you want to help me out with these shout outs and shout some people out, I've got Axie and I'm doing yours right now.
Sleepy Char, do you have an underscore?
Yes, it's in
Yes.
between Sleepy and Char.
Nope, I did yours wrong.
I guess I have my endurance streams on Thursday that I've been doing that have been fun. Doing Ori.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, from 9 to 5 MST. Trying to do. I'm almost done with Ori and the Blind Forest, so probably start Will o' the Wisps this week too, which will be cool. Trying to like complete them and also go for a long time.
Oh, dope.
Need to be there and gather all the points so I can make you squat a lot.
I know. I know. I have to remember to turn it back on. My legs really hurt today from this bullshit workout
The, like,
that
weighted
I
squats.
did on Friday. It was so bad.
Oh Lord. Char,
I'm
do you have
stretching.
anything?
It's good.
Well, I know that Gundam game is coming out here at the
Mm.
end of the month.
Yes. It's gonna be
I will
so
probably be
good.
playing that
With me.
Also, yes, with you, and hopefully Paul. Hopefully we get that group back together of Gundam
Heck
loving.
yeah.
But I'm also on my journey of trying to get 150 followers on my channel while only appearing on other people's channels because I haven't gone live in forever. So I thought it would be really funny if I hit 150 without going live. I thought that'd be really freaking hilarious.
That would be cute, yeah.
Yes, please, everyone, go follow Char. And Miss Huffy, would you like to plug anything?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna plug it for you. Miss
No.
Huffy is three followers away from being at 50. Please, everyone, go follow her.
Oh, hold on
Yes.
a second. Give me a second. Hold on.
Sure.
Where's that fucking link? Hold on.
It's in the chat.
Yep, I got it. Don't worry. It's going somewhere. Don't worry about it. We can move on.
But yeah, that's about the gist of what's happening with the stream. And you folks have a wonderful evening. We're gonna find someone to raid. Who's streaming?
Xana's
right
on.
now? Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes they are.
Yeah.
So we're gonna raid Xana. That's what we're gonna do. I gotta make sure that I spell their username right. Damn case sensitive Twitch. All right. Let Xana know that this is a Paladin raid, and everybody, you folks have a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining us. I really appreciate all of you guys being here for the session, and I hope you all had fun. All right. Bye,
yeah.
everybody.
Hell yeah.